If you are a teacher that likes to have your students keep a notebook of things you pass out in class, handouts, or maybe you have them keep a composition book or a spiral or something, and you haven't figured out how to do that online, here is an idea that I had. If you go to this website, slidesgo.com, and this is a resource where you get 2 free downloads per email address, and you would sign up with your school account. I've made mine, so I'm just going to click on sign in. And let's see. It's going to give me literally hundreds of templates that I can use. Now, if you don't want to use a template and you just want to make your own Google slide, that is totally fine too. But I thought this was a really neat resource. So you can search by color, you can search by category. There are all kinds of slides to choose from here. Lots and lots, literally hundreds. When you want to look at one, you can, to see if you like it, you can click on it. Let me try that again. Okay. And then you can click through and see if this looks like something you think you'd want to use. So when you find the one that you want, let's say I decide I want this one, you click on Google Slides. And when you do that, it forces you to make a copy. It will give you a button that says make a copy. So that's what you do. And it opens up in your Google Drive. When it does that, then you can edit the slides however you want to. Let's see, there's one I already have downloaded. Let me find it. Here it is. You can even change the color, whatever you want. Okay, so let me click on Google Slides. It will download. It's going to force me to make a copy to download it into my drive, which is fine. So I would click on Make a Copy. It's going to open up this template in my Google Drive. I would rename it, maybe Science Class Journal or Vocabulary Journal, whatever you want to call it for your classroom. All of this information can be edited. So you can edit it however you want to. If you wanted to make all of these slides blank, that's fine too. Or if you want to leave a few examples for your students. But basically, the idea is that you would teach your students to create new slides and add on and continue to add in resources, images, vocabulary words, files that you share with them, whatever. And so they would have this comprehensive collection of resources that they can access. One that I already made as an example here, I used that same template, but I just changed it to English 1 notebook. The next slide is a table of contents. And ideally, the students would come in and add in the pages to, coordinate with the slide number. This is an image that I use the snipping tool just to pull off of the internet that I maybe want students to practice on. I would put a few things in here, but then I would primarily make the students responsible for adding to this notebook. They would need to know how to create text boxes so they can type into it, add in vocabulary words or notes or whatever you want them to have. The template is really extensive. This one is, 50 or 60 slides, I think. And so that's way too many to start with. But I would probably just, if I were really going to assign this, go in and delete the ones I don't want, leave a few for examples, and of course, tweak all of the information on them. So like here's a pie chart. This might be good. Something, whatever you're doing in class, if you're not doing the planets, you could just change out the words and type in whatever you want, or leave it and let the students change it out. Let them make it applicable to what you guys are working on in class. So when you get to Schoology, the best way to assign this would be to add it as an assignment, even though the kids may not necessarily turn it in. And here's why. When you add it as an assignment, it will make a copy for each student. So that way every student has his or her individual notebook, and you're going to assign it from your Google Drive. Okay, and that one I think was called English 1 Notebook. Okay, so you click it, attach, put your instructions here, and this way every student is going to get his or her own copy. If your classes are synced, you will need to go back and add this in each class period. Now here's one that I already assigned just as an example, interactive notebook for this class. And on the teacher end, when I open it up, I had put in all of my instructions about the notebook here, put in a little picture. As a teacher, I can click on in progress and look at each student's notebook as they're working on it, so I can monitor and make sure that they are keeping their notes and taking care of business. Now, on the student end, let me come over here. When the student opens it, he will see the instructions, and at the top we have assignment, that's where he is, and my document. So when he clicks on my document, it will actually open up the Google Slides that he can edit and add to, take notes, add images, add in vocabulary words with pictures and definitions, make a chart, whatever. This is kind of small on most computers, so if you go up here to the edit button, it will open it up in a new tab so that the student gets the full screen. As a teacher, I probably would come back over here and just leave this up at the top so the kids have this resource that they can always look at. Let's see if I can get that to move. Oh, my computer's going a little bit slow with the video. Let me try one more time. There we go. And I would probably just leave that up at the top, and that way students can always come back, add to it, or go back in and look at their notes and that sort of thing. So that's just one way that you could keep an online interactive notebook with your students if that's something that you like to do. Let me know if you have any questions.